Sergeant, am I back on the case?
Robocop Rogue City is a game that is better than the sum of its parts. It suffers from frame rate issues, poor LOD and texture popping, along with stiff and poor animations at times. But it's fun, comical, and brutal. Visually, Robocop stands out in some aspects using Unreal Engine 5's Lumen technology. The lighting is superb, creating very natural and realistic visuals. However, with the performance issues, there might have been better choices. One mission in particular is disastrous. It's a mission where you are going after the biker gang and competing against the ED-209 unit. It is a mess. So, I went back and replayed this section since the newest patch that added in New Game Plus. The performance does seem to be fixed, but I feel like you still need to be aware of this section if you don't have the internet capable of downloading patches. I still see this as a major problem because developers should have their games fixed before they release them. It doesn't matter which performance mode you select on Xbox Series X, the frame rate tanks hard. Considering the game doesn't have a night and day cycle, a baked lighting solution instead of the taxing Lumen tech would have been better for the environmental lighting. While Robocop Rogue City fully captures the presentation of the 80s movies, some flaws are very apparent. Texture pop in when wandering the parts of the city during the free roam mode are pretty bad, and animations are a hit and miss. Although Robocop's animations are perfect. When in combat, enemy movements look fantastic, and the ragdoll physics when they die can create some brutal moments. The part that misses the mark though is the facial animations. They are stiff and lifeless. But considering this is not a AAA title with a massive budget, the future looks very bright with this being the quality we can get from small teams regarding visual presentation. Explosions and some world destruction help to make up for its deficits, and the look of aiming down sights, perfectly recreating that old school CRT look, and the green highlights seen in the films is a treat. If they had added the CRT filter as an option to be able to use the entire time, it would have helped with some of the visual flaws for those that would want it turned on. Robocop Rogue City's gameplay can only be described as fun. You feel like Robocop, and it has some features that make it more than just a normal first-person shooter. You have upgradable skills that improve every aspect of Robocop himself, from extra armor, more damage, and even his social skills. You will level up by combat and side missions, but the bulk of the skill points come from the mission evaluations at the end of each mission when you return to the police station. At certain points within the upgrades, you get new abilities like a protective shield, dash, flashbang, and the ability to heal yourself from electrical junction boxes. Robocop's iconic Auto 9 has a way of being upgraded throughout the game too. You collect chips and circuit boards that can be placed in the gun to improve its performance. Some of these improvements are absolute overkill and a blast, like making more gore. My personal favorite is full auto with a belt feeder. You never need to reload, and it is devastating. There are also mods in the chips for explosive rounds and non-critical damage, but it increases the overall damage. The Auto 9 is not the only weapon you have at your disposal though. You can pick up enemy weapons, and it gives you a huge arsenal to play with. You have submachine guns, shotguns, pistols, rocket launchers, and even being able to rip off mounted heavy machine guns. During the missions where you get to free roam the city, you can issue tickets to civilians that are breaking the law, find gang stashes, or just take your time and listen to the crazies. It can have its funny moments at times.
Why would they get so worked up every time I take him for a walk?
What is his name?
He has a beautiful red coat, so I call him Fire. He likes to hide, so sometimes I have to yell, "Fire! Fire!" to find him.
Hearing Robocop's sounds as he walks, turns, and the thud he makes just brings back that movie nostalgia. Then there's the soundtrack, which feels very 80s as well. The voice acting sees the return of none other than Peter Weller, Robocop himself. Now when it comes to the story, it's a direct sequel to Robocop 2 and sees Robocop suffering from glitches, tormented by memories of his past. And when it comes to the villain, it was a brilliant choice for the game. Robocop Rogue City presents an engaging gameplay experience despite its technical issues like frame rate drops and texture popping. Visually it impresses with Unreal Engine 5 Lumen technology, but animations can be stiff. The gameplay offers depth with upgradable skills and a variety of weapons. Sound design and voice acting evoke nostalgia, particularly with Peter Weller's return as Robocop. Overall, while flawed, the game delivers an enjoyable experience for fans of the franchise. If you enjoyed this video, would you kindly leave a like and subscribe, and I will talk to y'all later.